Hello and welcome to Veterans Medals Workshop. I'm Frank Foster, your host, and today we're going to talk about the European, African, Middle East Campaign Medal. That was the campaign medal that your dad or your grandfather who served in World War II in the European theater never actually got, because at the end of the war what they were issued was a service ribbon. The medal hadn't been struck yet. So let me tell you the story. By 1942, the War Department, now known as the Department of Defense, had established three major campaign areas, or theaters. The first, on your left, the Asiatic Pacific Theater, was for the fight against Japan. The one in the center, the United States, was for training and operations, as well as patrolling our shores against German U-boats and Japanese threats. On your right was the European, African, and Middle East Theater. And so the War Department designated a service ribbon for each one of these theaters. The ETO ribbon, or EAME ribbon as it was sometimes called, for the European, African, Middle East Campaign Medal, was established in 1942. The purpose was to recognize members of the armed forces who served in Europe, North Africa, or the Middle East during World War II. The examples shown at the top of the screen are the early ribbons issued during the war, which were a half-inch high. In this particular case, they've been covered in plastic to keep them from getting dirty. A lot of veterans did that. The lower ribbon, 3/8 of an inch high, with 4 campaign stars, is a good example of the issued ribbon during 1944 and 1945. The reason that ribbons were issued was basically because all of the brass in the United States was diverted to the manufacture of ammunition. The European, African, and Middle East Campaign Medal encompassed 19 campaigns on the ground and in the air. Algiers and French Morocco were the start in 1942. Then Egypt and Libya, 42-43. Tunisia, the air offense in Europe that started in 42 and 44. Sicily, Naples, Anzio, Rome, Normandy with the invasion, northern France, southern France, the Rhineland, the Ardennes, Central Europe, the Po Valley, more air combat, 41 through 45, anti-submarine patrols, and ground combat that led to the eventual victory in the European theater against the Nazis. Of course, I'd be remiss showing all these pictures of the soldiers if I didn't mention the Army Air Force. The Army Air Force suffered casualties second only to the infantry during the air wars in the European theater. Work on the actual medal was begun in 1946 when General Eisenhower requested an invasion scene to be on the front of it. And the work was led by the Institute of Heraldry and approved by the Fine Arts Commission. But it wasn't until 1947 even that the first medal was given to General Eisenhower, and it wasn't really available until 1948. It was for service of at least 30 days or 60 days non-consecutive within the European theater between 1941 and 1945, unless the individual qualified with a decoration. The front of the bronze medal shows a landing ship tank, LST, unloading troops while under fire with an airplane overhead. The reverse has an American eagle, symbol of power, standing on a rock, symbol of stability, with the inscription United States of America and the dates 1941 to 1945. 3 16th-inch bronze and silver stars denote participation in the specific campaigns I mentioned earlier, and a bronze arrowhead indicated participation in a combat parachute jump, combat glider landing, or amphibious assault landing. The ribbon's central blue, white, and red stripes represent the United States. The wide green stripe represent the green field of Europe, and the brown edges represent the African desert sands, while the thin green, white, and red stripes represent Italy, and the thin black and white stripes represent Germany. The examples shown here are to just show you there is some difference between the 75-year-old medal that was originally issued and the current strikes. All of them are still under the same hallmark from the Institute of Heraldry. But the medal on the left is not a valid medal because no medal would be issued without at least one campaign star. For example, the medal in the center has 2 campaign stars shown, and the medal on the right has 3 campaign stars plus an arrowhead to indicate participation in an assault. Today, this handsome and historical medal, some 75 years after it was originally supposed to be issued, comes in a number of different varieties. The first is the regulation brass medal. It's also available in an anodized or gold-plated format. Miniature medals are available for formal wear. The ribbon, a lapel pin, and even an unofficial hat pin that veterans like to wear on their hat are available. So you ask, well, how do I get this medal 75 years after my dad or granddad didn't get it? And the answer is you can actually go online and Google claiming veterans medals, and you can put a request through to the government, and they will issue you the medal eventually. You can also buy it commercially, and surprisingly, for a historical medal of this quality, it's only about $12 or so, and the ribbon maybe $2. So while your dad or your grandfather came home in his uniform with his ribbons, and that was all he received in 1945, and he took them off and put them in a cigar box, and maybe you played with them, or maybe they just disappeared. They're now available as medals, which you can put together into a display case to honor the veteran. So what I'd like to do is just show a couple of brief examples, one for a soldier, in this case a member of the 45th Infantry Division, an enlisted sergeant, has a good conduct medal, his American Campaign Medal, his ETO medal with 3 battle stars, his Victory Medal, and his Occupation Medal. And that would be a pretty common set for a soldier who served in the European theater of operation. Members of the Army Air Force would also have just about the same display, with the exception that most of them would have received the Air Medal. And in this particular case, the airman who had been shot down and imprisoned in a stalag also has the Prisoner of War Medal. There are an amazing number of stories behind the ribbons that each one of the World War II veterans brought home. Thanks for joining us. That's the story of the ETO medal, or the European African Middle East Campaign Medal, the medal that should have been issued when they received their service ribbon at the end of World War II service. I hope you've enjoyed it. If you have any questions, just let me know. Of course, you have a question, and the question is, what were the basic campaign and service medals of World War II? And they're shown here. There were 6. There was the American Defense Medal that was issued from 1939 up to 7 December 1941, and there were a lot of troops called up during that period. The American Campaign Medal, the Asiatic Pacific Campaign Medal, the European, African, Middle Eastern Campaign Medal, the Victory Medal, and in the particular case of Europe, the Occupation Medal for troops that served as an occupation duty for up to 30 days after the end of the war. All of the information in today's show came from one of these books. They are available at Medals of America Press or on Amazon.